Okay, guys, so we are here with another video today. So in this video, the one thing that I'm gonna end up telling you guys is, yes, number one, no face cam right now. Okay, so in my last video, I got pretty much a lot of dislikes on that video for the simple fact that I was exposing a deeper problem than just Hoyo making a dumb contract for the unintelligent and the gullible. Now, yes, this entire video is going to be fully scripted. My last one probably was disliked because I was doing it unscripted. My bad. But as soon as I heard the news about this whole contract, I had to put my 20 minutes of 20 pennies down on the table. You know, it is just what it is. So, going off of that, and the most recent video of LolShinya, I want to explain something to you guys. Zenless Zone Zero, as well as the mysterious disappearance of any news regarding the Genshin anime, are variables that are going to destroy Hoyoyverse by who? Not the player base, but by the CCP. We also know that there's another game being developed with great exuberance by Dawei called Honkai Impact 3rd Second. Now, why is naming all these gacha titles so important? Well, it has to do with A, respect to the CCs and the player base, and B, the timeline that the games, not the anime just yet, I'm going to explain that later, are slated for release. This, combined with the video I made about Hoyo in China specifically. Okay, now I just want to make absolutely clear about this. I am in no way, shape, or form criticizing the validity of the global numbers. I'm merely sticking with China, which in turn can actually affect the global Hoyo community. Zenless Zone Zero has not garnered any sort of traction with the community aside from its announcement, simply because of the combat mechanics. From what I know about the fighting game genre, with regards to people who play Dead or Alive, Mortal Kombat, and Street Fighter, is that it is a very hardcore, very niche community. Yes, I am also aware of collab titles like DC, Marvel, as well as Capcom collabs, which I will touch on much later in this video. The open world gaming community and the turn-based community have essentially openly acknowledged Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail, but I have not heard any peep from the fighting game genre. And this is very important. Without any support from the fighting game genre, Zenless Zone Zero is going to suffer greatly and put Hoyo in danger by who? The CCP. How? You have a massive wave of backing from people from titles like Wuthering Waves, Azure Parmelia, Unending Dawn, and Do at Night Abyss. And these titles have a massive fan base already established that are backing these titles from players who play Pokemon, Fortnite, maybe some GTA and Call of Duty, and some Souls fans. It also does not help that these gacha titles are not only conflicting with the ZZZ release schedule, but have little to no backing whatsoever for the genre of players it is intended for. Trust me when I say this. Unlike Genshin and Star Rail, the fighting genre is very nitpicky and allowing new blood to enter their realm, and after the whole TV debacle, I'm pretty sure the fighting game community is like, nah, I'm good, bro. Now, here is the thing Dawei should have done. Delay ZZZ. Or maybe cancel it, but that's just the last resort. I would say cancel it, but I would say delay. And release Honkai Impact 3rd. If releasing ZZZ before Honkai 2nd, you won't see many players interested in Honkai 2nd as you were hoping for because you have tarnished your reputation with ZZZ, which in turn will hinder the validity of the quality of Hoyo as a company, and the game Honkai Impact Third the Second. We know Dawei's child is the Honkai Impact series, so why tarnish that beauty with a game that could potentially disrupt that reputation? It absolutely makes zero sense. Now, with that being said, I did mention about fighting games and collabs a little earlier on in the video. Now, as far as like fighting games and ZZZ, they are big on collabs, and they can make or break a game of that genre. If anything can save Zenless Zone Zero, it's a massively popular collab. Okay, we're not talking about Nier Automata, because that anime and that game has been overused completely. Tower of Fantasy has Evangelion. PGR has Blackrock Shooter and Nier Automata. Nikkei has Rem. Genshin has Aloy, which was a terribly executed flop of a collab. Honkai Impact Third has Fischl and Kaching, which I get the sentiment, but why? ZZZ needs to do a god tier collab. We're talking collabs with anime such as High School DxD, Fooly Cooly. Maybe not so much Berserk, but I'm just going to mention that. That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Gate, Hellsing. I would love to see that one. Soul Eater. You could also do a goofy collab with maybe something like Do You Like Your Mom in Her 2-hit multi-target attacks. That would be crazy. Or, since this game has some amount of furries in it, why not do a collab with interspecies reviewers? Or maybe The Formidable Girl. You know, that one anime short series with that one girl who drinks gasoline and turns into a car? Yeah, that one. Or, hell, maybe a collab with Capcom. Who knows? I cannot stress this enough. ZZZ must have a collab in order to appeal to the intended audience if it is to succeed and not potentially get destroyed by the government. Okay, and I'm not talking about collabs with, like they do with Honkai Impact Third. No. It needs to be outside of their space if they're going to end up garnering a big reputation, a positive reputation for ZZZ. What about the anime? People are wondering about that. Where is it? From what I understand, is that it should not take that long for an anime to be generated. Unless you're going for Studio Ghibli levels of quality. Or some like Violet Evergarden quality. Even then, the anime should be very close to finishing. So, what's with the Rockstar Games silent treatment? I have two theories. Either A, they are done with the anime and are waiting until after Shinizaya to release it, or B, they ran into some financial problems, which falls into what I explained in my previous video. My money is on the latter, and we have not heard a peep because, well, Chinese culture concept of shame. If Hoyo admits to scrapping the project, the CCP will probably in turn severely limit their funds, possibly forcing them to shut down their offices in Singapore and San Francisco, and leaving MiHoYo, not Hoyoyverse, MiHoYo in China, in shambles. If it is the former, great, I guess, but at least give us a statement on the progress of the anime. If you think the animations are too beautiful to be released to the public, and you wish the awe not to be spoiled, I get it. I like Studio Ghibli. I love Violet Evergarden. You do you in the background, boo-boo. But at least give us a formal statement on the progress or potential release date of the anime. Did you run into consistent issues with the story? Is the movie too long? I know there's like 3-hour long movies that I forgot the name of. It was not boring at all, from what I've heard. Was there a creative conflict between Hoyo and Beautiful? Ufotable. UFO table. I'm botching that name because it's such a funky name. Without any sort of statement, I am led to believe financial problems would expose Hoyo's actual income generated in China only, and will lead to a very comical downfall of Hoyo, as well as the flip-floppiness of the what appears to be the mismanagement and miscommunication between its players with ZZZ, and the whole scheduling of the games that are coming out. This is all reasons why I think Hoyoverse is finally going to collapse. It's going to be not a rapid collapse, but a very slow, painful, gradual collapse. That being said, Requiescat Denpache, and I'm moving to these other titles that are coming out and covering those as well.